Hey everyone, welcome to the StarCraft 2 Zombies community YouTube channel. I'm CoffeeMug,
And I am Kylos.
and today we're going to be doing a replay review of a Zombiebounty tournament that we did recently. Zombiebounty tournaments we call bowl games sometimes, which are like mini one-night competitions where we play on one map and we play up to 12-player maps, and the settings can vary. And so the game we're watching today is a 3 versus 3 on a map called Colosseum. So let's jump in and yeah, start talking about this game.
Alright, in the top team, we have Kylos, Raccoon, and the Barcode, which is also known as the Heat.
Yes, the Heat was a last-minute substitute because the sixth player, the third player on the other team, the sixth player in the full game tournament, couldn't make it. So he was playing Terran, and I would say that he was very much a ladder Terran. Used a lot of kind of standard ladder builds, which kind of made for an interesting game because the rest of us were kind of doing typical zombie bounty strategies where you kind of macro up, and he was doing a lot of timing builds and mid-game pushes. So he was a great addition to the game.
Alright, are we gonna jump over that we skipped the bottom team, but I thought you were gonna introduce them.
Well, here at the bottom we have Jade, also known as Sky, myself in teal, and then we have RubyNinaja in the bottom right. And the cool thing about this bowl game is that we had a lot of zombie grandmasters. Kylos is a grandmaster, Dan Ruby is a grandmaster, and Sky is a grandmaster. And so, and even the Heat is a master player. I myself am only a measly diamond.
Well, let's not
But
forget Raccoon is Plat 1.
and Raccoon, of course, is
Our underdog.
Platinum, our underdog. But she is surprisingly good. She has won every bowl game that she's participated in since we started doing bowl games, owned by the tournaments last year. So, anyways, yeah. So let's jump into this game. So. I'm embarrassed to admit that in game one, we went right for something very cheesy. And what we did was we perfected this strategy where one of us comes out and kills this rock that opens up the base to let zombies in. So this type of rock that are on CoffeeMug maps I call cheese walls. And I call them cheese walls because as soon as you kill them, they poke a hole in your base like Swiss cheese, and they just let the zombies change their normal pathing and develop a whole new pathing. The pathing on this map is supposed to be around the edges of those forward bases, which you'll start to see here in a moment. But as soon as you kill that cheese wall, it starts letting the zombies at the back. And so we practiced this build for like an hour before the tournament. just to perfect it. And the reason we needed to practice it was because it requires such an expensive investment to kill that wall that you end up not having defenses back home. And so you can see in my base right now, I'm already leaking zombies and struggling to kind of get those cannons up as quickly as possible.
Now, luckily, you have Ruby with his triple cannon to support you. And it looks like Kylos is coming in with a Warp Prism and 2 Stalkers in. Now,
Yeah, so you did some dirty stuff with this build.
Oh, I tried to. Now, Ruby in response warps in 5 Stalkers, but Kylos gets the snipe 3 off the bat, and then he comes in. Ruby comes in with the other Stalkers he had. And unfortunately, Jade is going to come in and help him with 3 Void Rays and, yep, clear everything off. So that was a horrible play by Kylos. What an idiot this guy is.
So
Now,
here's
the
here's
Heat The Heat with the Liberator.
Line.
One kill. But it doesn't appear like it'll get much more done.
So by this point, I had killed the cheese wall, and so the zombies are leaking into green space, the Heat, and all that beautiful defense that Raccoon had built is going to waste because the zombies are now attacking backwards.
What a stupid planetary fortress, can't even move. Oh well. Anyway, Ruby looks like he's gonna go in with the War Prism, but unfortunately he loses it to 8 Stalkers. So now he is forced to retreat and loses 1 Stalker to zombies at the same time.
Now, what were you thinking at this point in game 1 after you killed your cheese wall and your Stalker warping wasn't working?
We are so dead. Now, the reason for that is now we have the Heat, who is also now defending, and I got a huge setback because I lost my first War Prism with all my Stalkers to 3 Void Rays. And so now I'm like, there is no way we're catching up in this game. Ruby going in again with another War Prism, attempting to kill Raccoon as she's trying her best to defend off the zombies.
As she's fighting for her life to keep her head above water.
Kylos coming in trying to support, trying to help as much as possible, but what will happen? Alright, it looks like we got the micro war going in right now. Who's got the better blink micro? It is looking very tight, but I think Ruby has too many Stalkers. Yeah, 5 more.
I thought it was so funny you both went a Stalker build without even planning on it.
And in the meantime, Sky just is tacking up, going mass board rate, and is hit with a nasty supply block. Hasn't even started the pylon yet.
Now, the thing about this map is that the island base starts with more money than the other 2 bases. So this game has something called spawn selection turned on. The spawn selection is when teams can choose their starting locations, and so it's advantageous on this map if you have spawn selection to usually put your best player in the back island, because as we're seeing now with Kylos, he can just make more units quicker than Ruby, who started in the 3rd wheel position and only has 8 mineral patches and 1 rich and 1 normal geyser, while Kylos on the island had 7 mineral patches, 2 normal geysers and 1 rich. So, and here's me just building a million cannons. This is the downside of the build.
I can't believe you still have nothing. It's 7 minutes into the game and he's got nothing.
And I'm just shooting myself in the foot because the more buildings you have, the more zombies you have. So it's like this, terrible snowball where the more I try and defend the zombies, the more I get. You can look at the map. There's like literally, 100 zombies to your 30.
My 30. Yes, that's my 30. Anyway.
But yeah, the Heat was defending really well. I mean, I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
On our side, in our allied chat, we were just absolutely shocked that he was not dead. Like, we were so sure when we practiced this build, it would have immediately killed him.
Yeah.
But he knew what to do. He built liberators, he built tanks immediately.
Yep.
And came back from the brink.
Yeah. Now, Kylos going back with another push, this time with 2 Warp Prism, with each inside 2 Archons. Now, the idea of the Archons was because Sky is getting so many Void Rays, the Archons are there to counter them. And the Stalkers are there.
That's why you went those Archons, okay.
Yes. But Sky just has a little too much. And Sky manages to split, and at this point it's just a 2v1, and there's just too much. Now we can't see that.
I know it's starting to get Immortals by this point too.
Yeah. Finally, Coffee building units after 8 minutes. But yeah. Apparently Ruby took some fat losses and is trying to catch up. I don't understand why nobody actually killed those rocks to take the expansion. I feel like Ruby's doing nothing right now, and he should have taken the opportunity to do so. Ruby scouting in with the observer, using the pervert mode. What a little nasty booger. Looking at Raccoon desperately trying to defend with 2 Marauder and 1 PF. While in the meantime, oh yeah, and then here comes Coffee pigging the base, telling Ruby to stop being a lazy bum and get off his ass.
And look at that, he kills it in like 1 minute.
Yep, these rocks only have 2,000 HP, while these the cheese balls, have 15,000. And Kylos is also scouting.
Now I didn't realize that Raccoon was near the brink of dying after we killed the cheese wall. I had no idea she was basically out of commission because we were trying to kill the heat, green, the barcode. So it's surprising she ended up being the one that struggled so much.
One pesky board ray trying to kill the heat's bases, and at the same time Ruby is preparing for a push, and obviously Kylos is way out of position trying to help out the heat, but he doesn't realize there's an observer in his base, and he's about to get 20 stalkers in his base.
By this point you're going carriers or void rays?
At this point I'm going Tempest because Sky has so many carriers.
Yeah.
But unfortunately my transition is just too slow, and I'm also out of position. And I remember in this game that I saw an observer in Raccoon's base. I just didn't realize it went into my base. And
Which gave him vision to jump up.
yeah. And just mere seconds before I get my Tempest, Ruby kills the pylon, which unpowers all of them. And yes, while the Heat was trying to help me by sending Medivacs, he was distracted by a Sky, killing his whole army. And we, top team taps out. Which
Yeah, so in the end, our strategy worked. Killing that cheese wall, setting you back financially and production-wise, and then doing the killing blow 10 minutes later.
Yep, and that is GG's 1 point going for, what is your team guys' name again that you came up with?
We were the caffeinated diamonds in the sky because it was Ruby, me, and Sky. So that was a Beatles reference, which if you know the classic song "Diamonds in the Sky." And then you guys were the so professional French raccoons because it was you, and it was supposed to be so pro, and Raccoon.
Yes. And now once again, team top is me, Kylos, Raccoon, and the Heat. And in the bottom, we have
Ruby, myself, and Sky, but we're different races this time, and different positions. So this time, Sky spawned in the third wheel position, which has a normal economy, and is Terran now. And then I was in the middle base, the forward base, as Terran as well. And then Ruby got the island, which is where you're at, and he went Protoss. And so I also practiced this build for defending by yourself, which, is a really strong strategy on this map. If you can have the forward base defend zombies by themselves, it really sets up the other two guys to just, have at it, go on offense and do a lot of good damage.
Yep. And right now, Kylo's going for triple Rax Reaper.
Look at that. So that's how you did it, right there on the cliff edge.
Yep. Now, unfortunately, you're gonna realize I misplaced my barracks. And you're gonna see just in a few moments why. I left the barracks to free the SCV. And, Sky going double factory with that reactor. Raccoon going pretty standard, I'd say. 2 racks and 2 tech labs, going to go with the Marauders, concussive shells to slow down these zombies, and the Heat is just doing it for standard 2-1 LRPs.
Yeah, triple Terran.
Triple Terran indeed. Now Ruby going for the classic Stargate, and here comes the action. Will Kylos' Reaper Micro be the best, or will he just fail miserably? Oh, and
Now,
here...
at this point in the game, I was super irritated because I was supposed to be soloing zombie defense, and these 2 knuckleheads were supposed to be protecting me, but you just kept rolling in and killing my SUVs, which really got me annoyed.
Yep. And just there, you saw it for a quick moment, but my Reapers were stuck right here because there is no ledge here, it's just the ocean. God, such an idiot.
We all know that Reapers can't swim.
Yes.
It's actually in the StarCraft 2 lore.
Alright. And Sky doesn't have anything to defend here, actually. He's just got Widow Mines, but Kylos can just go around them. And Ruby has an Adept, but Adepts can't fly, so it's stuck on the island. And Kylos dodging there the Widow Mine. I think he killed off 1 Widow Mine there, actually. Oh, yeah. Now the tank is gonna stop all of this aggression. Yep. And he's gonna go back into Coffee's base to try to piss off him even more.
Yeah, so at this point, me and Raccoon's different approaches to defending the zombies, you can start telling the difference between them. So Raccoon just did 1 planetary and Marauders, and then I did 2 planetaries and walled my main. The only problem with that strategy is if the wall breaks in your main, you start getting tons of zombies like I am.
What an unfortunate way for these. Now, in the meantime, the Heat is going in for the Cyclone drop.
Someone was dropping you too. Was that Sky?
That was Sky. Actually, he did a Widowmine drop. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh yeah.
I missed that. Now he actually didn't kill that many workers. This is why you don't go Widowmine drop against Terrans, because 1 mine does not insta kill the SCVs. As you can see, they're left with 5 HP.
Oh, but they do probes and drones?
Yep. And the Heat losing the medevac with 2 cyclones. Very unfortunate. And, well, Coffee's struggling against 1 Liberator.
I know, yeah. The hope was...
Ruby too busy trying to defend zombies?
Yeah, that Ruby was gonna get it for me, but this is when I really start
Depot burns down.
leaking and... yeah.
Now, Raccoon actually, for once, is defending very well. And Kylo's going quadruple starport. Isn't that just a little too greedy? And the Heat clearing out the rocks for the expansions. And, yep. Drops his depot from the sky. And, yeah.
Now, what were you going? What was your plan? We go BCs?
No, my plan was to go Liberators.
Oh, I see.
Because of
kind of match the sky toss, right?
Yeah, to match the sky toss, as the Heat was going ground, so I was like, well, someone's gotta defend against the Ruby, so I decided to take that position, and yep, turtling myself in with a Widow Mine so that Sky can't drop me in.
Yeah, which he's scanning to prepare for.
Yep. One scan sees everything. Sky getting more reactors, more marines, and Coffee's finally starting to make units after 6 minutes into the game. Now Coffee's on a very low eco right now because, well, he doesn't have that many SCVs, and Ruby's taking all the zombies. The Heat coming in with another drop in. Now that's a lot of marines. Those warriors are not going to kill those. Battery overcharges pop, but it is insta kill. At the same time, Sky goes in with a drop and loses everything.
Ouch. That was a bad drop.
Yep. My Widow Mines just took care of everything, and yep. I had enough Vikings to land, and that is a failed attempt. Now the Heat will... Ruby will finally defend off the Heat's aggression, but not after losing all of his probes and all his Void Rays.
Well, and now not helping me with zombie defense.
Oh yeah, what happened here, Coffee?
Yeah, by this point my second planetary had died, and I was now losing my main wall, and so it was not good news for me.
Ruby doesn't even have enough minerals to make interceptors. He can't make probes because he's making interceptors. Oh no.
This was rough.
Oh yeah, the auto cast killing Ruby. Meanwhile, Coffee's actually dying, and Raccoon's actually doing fine. And Raccoon going to Liberators.
Raccoon is a great example of how to defend a Stern on this map, and I'm a great example of how not to defend a Stern on this map.
Now, Coffee is preparing for the rocks being taken out, is what I'm assuming?
No, I was actually preparing to float to the back island base, because I was thinking that maybe Sky and Ruby could stay alive, and I moved to the back island because I was anticipating my base getting run over here at any moment.
Alright. Yeah, now Sky has to defend. And Ruby is slowly making his army back. But as they say, just look at the supply. It is 30. It is combined. They have 100 supply, around 100 supply, and on the other side they have over 250 supply. So this is not looking good for bottom team.
At this point, Raccoon has a full artillery line of tanks and turrets, and you guys are now going in for the kill with ground support from the Heat to start working on the rocks. And Sky's trying his best to get some turrets up, but he's so distracted by the zombies leaking that he can't come back to rescue his cheese wall, and all Kylos has to do is set up his liberators to box out the Marines, and the Heat can just do whatever he wants to the rocks. And so this was a tough point in the game.
This is going to take very long to kill those rocks, though. Marines don't have a lot of... Well, they just don't do that much damage versus the rocks, because these rocks also have 3 armor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're standard armor, but 15,000 health, so
now
it's definitely a deadly cheese wall.
Yeah, Ruby trying to help Sky out, but realizes that Coffee's actually dying, so he has to help out Coffee instead. And Sky can't really do anything as Kylos has the air superiority, and well, the Heat is just gunning down the rocks. At this point of the game, everyone has expanded up top. Even
Raccoon's got nukes going. And he's got Expo.
Raccoon, please, let it drop. Anyways, yeah, this is not looking good. Kylo's going for 2-2, and yep. Does Sky even have upgrades? Okay, he's got, actually doesn't even have 1-1, so not looking good. Now the Heat just picks up and is ready to drop on the island.
Yeah, so here it comes and kills my my backup emergency escape base.
Yeah.
I was sad to see this go.
At this point, I thought Sky had the base. And now it turns out it's Coffee.
Yeah, you guys definitely did a better job at expanding than we did. I mean, to get that rock base and then the island, you know, and I think by this point you both had it for like 3 or 4 minutes. So that's, you know, several thousand minerals and gas. So now zombies are coming around the right side, so we have to pivot our entire defensive line to the right side. And you're just harassing the crap out of for this guy here, and then poor Ruby getting nailed. Let's see if his 5 carriers can do anything.
That's -1. Now, thank God batteries are super overpowered, and but at the same time, Sky is just losing all of his liberators. Sky dropping a little BM because that's what he was born to do.
Feeling sour about the loss, and here's me trying to stop the zombies from leaking so much by killing them at their starting position.
Yeah. And I just try to finish off Ruby. Now, unfortunately, I don't do a good job of clearing the carriers. Nope.
And all your stuff is definitely in the red, so it's all pretty squishy.
Yep.
Ah, but here comes Raccoon. I wonder where those nukes came from. So there's
Oh boy!
where the nukes came from. I was like, what?
Oh.
There's nukes in my base, and that's where she was shooting me from. Yeah, nice deadly explosion to end the game there.
Alright, and Coffee taps out.
Yeah, I tap out. And then Ruby, I think, is gonna see if he can beat this, but then he probably...
But he doesn't have any interceptors. So... Yep. The Heat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
Ruby
Very
tapping
good
out.
Terran. Very good triple Terran offensive there.
And that is GG, so that sets 1-1 for... God, what was our name again?
You guys were the So Professional French Raccoons, because there's you,
Yes.
Raccoon, and So Pro.
And I think, yep, this is where we cut, because you're gonna have another guest.
So this bowl game was best out of 5. Kylos and I wanted to do a replay review of the first 2 for you. Eventually, the caffeinated Diamonds in the Sky, me, Jade,
Whoa, don't spoil anything.
we ended up taking the tournament. I think it was 3-1, right?
Yeah, but you won't be saying that in the video. You'll cut that out. You can't just spoil.
Well, we're only going to be posting these from the bowl game.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't want to leave people on a cliffhanger.
Wait. Why are we not posting game 3 and 4?
Well, because they ended up being kind of longer macro games, and so I just wanted to post the 2 kind of most interesting.
Yeah, they did become very boring.
Yeah, it was basically just Sky Toss. So, anyways, if we're still recording, thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this replay review with Kylos and I. Until next time, GG.
Until next time, see ya.